Now that I've made a video covering the teams I have as favorites to win the 2021 NBA Championship, it's time for my mid-season award predictions. For this video, I'll be covering MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Most Improved Player. While the season is pretty far underway and there are already some solid candidates for many awards, there's still plenty of time for the race to change up by the end of the season. But as of right now, these are my picks. First, we have Coach of the Year, an award that pretty much always goes to the coach of a team who exceeded expectations. And for that, there's no better option than Quinn Snyder. I never thought of him as an incredible coach, but I think what he's done with the Jazz this year is great. Obviously not everything can be attributed to a coach, but as far as this award goes, he's the best candidate and there isn't much competition. Next, another award that doesn't really have much competition, Rookie of the Year. I'm not a big fan of LaMelo Ball, but he's this year's Rookie of the Year, as of right now. There have been other rookies who have exceeded expectations, like Quickly or Halliburton, but LaMelo is just the best overall. This rookie class hasn't been as strong as the last two, considering there's no Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, Lucas, or Trae Young, who are all solid right away. That doesn't mean LaMelo Ball isn't great in his own way. His confidence has helped him more than it's hurt him, which is not what I expected, and I do have to give him credit for that. The rest of the awards is where it gets more interesting. First, we have the Most Improved Player. As of right now, it's a close race between a few guys, with first-time All-Stars Julius Randle and Jaylen Brown becoming full-fledged stars, as well as Colin Sexton coming into his own in Cleveland, averaging 24 points per game. Christian Wood, while he has slowed down a little bit since the start of the season, is still scoring an efficient 22 points a game. But despite all those players, nobody has improved as much as Jeremy Grant in my opinion. I knew with more minutes and opportunity he could be good, but he's been better than I ever would have thought he could. He's averaging more assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks per game as the previous year, and his scoring has gone up by over 11 points per game. While much of that can be attributed to more opportunity and minutes, the same could be said about a player like Christian Wood. And at the end of the day, playing more minutes doesn't just make anybody good. Jeremy Grant has not only had great stats, but he stepped into the role as leader of the Pistons, and established himself as a real star. It's a shame he didn't make the All-Star team like I thought he would, but I think he'll make at least one in the coming years. The MVP award is one of the most coveted titles in basketball. I've talked about my thoughts on this year's MVP plenty, so if you've watched many of my previous videos, you probably know who I already have as MVP. That's Joel Embiid, followed by the likes of Jokic, Curry, and KD. Jokic and Curry are both having great seasons statistically, but unless either of them can get a top 4 seed by the end of the season, MVP is not likely. Joel Embiid has the first seed in the East, averaging 30 and 11 on great efficiency. As long as he stays as the first seed over KD, there's no way KD will win considering all the help he has. After his down year last season, I never would have thought he would be my top MVP candidate less than a year later, but Embiid has come back better than ever, and has played most of the games, which in the past had been one of the biggest factors holding him back from winning MVP. And if he keeps playing at this pace, his odds at MVP are great. And no, LeBron is not MVP this year. I've said it before, I don't even consider him a real candidate. Defensive Player of the Year. In my eyes, there are two real candidates, Ben Simmons and Miles Turner, Simmons being the perimeter player and Turner being the rim protector. If Simmons wins, it would mean the Sixers have both MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, which would be crazy, but not unheard of. In fact, the same thing happened 20 years ago with the Sixers as well, with AI and Mutombo. So if any team can do it, it's Philly. But despite Simmons' great defense, as of right now, I'm going with Miles Turner. 3.4 blocks per game is no easy feat. It's the most we've seen since 2016, and unlike the 2016 block leader Hassan Whiteside, you can tell by watching Miles Turner that he's trying much harder, and that's why I have him as my Defensive Player of the Year for 2021. So, that's my mid-season award winners for this year. This is all my opinion, and I tried to be unbiased as possible. Do you agree with my list, or do you think there's other people that should win? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you like this video, leave a like. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.